came to you with a handout and you began to walk down that road with them. It's not too late, Rand, to turn back. It's not too late, Ron, to turn back. Don't destroy yourselves. You have been warned. I live here in the grassroots where the rubber meets the road. And I'm telling you, what you're doing has gone over like a Led Zeppelin. You're going to be betrayed. You're from Washington. You guys claim to be statesmen and not politicians, but you're jumping in bed with some of the most duplicitous, oily people the world has ever seen that are bought and paid for by the big mega banks. It's time to put the chips on the table. The people that made you what you are politically today are all watching. And you're getting a second chance. Don't blow it. From a friend and a supporter, I'm Alex Jones signing off from the front lines of the info war, Austin, Texas. The choice is up to you, Rand Paul and Ron Paul. But if you continue to go down this path, anybody who's got any political understanding can understand that when you go from principle to politics, I mean, look at those votes. 90+% are very, very angry at you. Just on that video, I've seen polls showing the same numbers. But when you go from principle to politics, you lose the allure that you had. It was your father's principled constitutional stand that made him so popular. And I've talked to Ron Paul insiders inside high level in the campaign saying that it's mainly that people think they're rock stars now. Not even Ron Paul or Rand Paul, but some of the staff. And you guys are killing the golden goose that laid the Liberty eggs, I tell you. A bad, bad move. But just watch. Just watch. If you don't reverse course now, well, I already said it in the video, so I'm done talking about it. We'll discuss it with Gerald Celente coming up this evening. Shifting gears, lawsuit. TSA claims it can lie to the public in responses to lawsuits, lie about radiation, lie about groping. All they do is lie. They're the globalist occupation army here to acclimate us to the total police state takeover. And so what do you expect to happen? By the way, I forgot one more point. We have a short clip from Braveheart dealing with Ron Paul, and I made the point that in there, Robert the Bruce, his dad is meeting with him in the tower, and he says, look, you sold out William Wallace, you expanded your lands, your titles, you're surviving. And he says, no, Father, I'll never do this again. And then later turns against the king and wins, and Scotland gets its freedom. But earlier on at the battle, Braveheart learns that he's been betrayed. And I hope that's not what's happening here. But it doesn't look good. Let's go ahead and go to that clip. No, Ron, not Mitt Romney. No, not that. Why? Mitt Romney's for carbon taxes, world government. Works for the foreign banks. Why? Jesse Benton said so. He told me I would be president. All of the stuttering people that give me advice. Why, though? Why? I mean... Oh, my goodness, I shouldn't make a sick joke out of this. Look, I'm not selling out my integrity, okay? Just because I can get invited to the White House later or whatever. I could care less. In fact, I would pay money to not be invited to the White House unless it was the restoration of the Republic. Enough of that, enough of that, enough of that. Well, you know, we're about a day into this and haven't seen any response. Haven't seen any response. Yeah, there's the new American flag. That's the new American handshake. Government minion. Let me see your testicles. Let me crush them. Get your children in here with known pedophiles. I mean, that's who they hire as the commanders. I forget the point I was even going to make about the whole Ron Paul, Rand Paul thing. Okay, let's get into the bankers raping everyone, speaking of TSA. Exclusive, Spain poised to request EU bank aid, which is made up zeros and ones by the private banking cartel. And the more they get in debt, the more real assets they get. And the debt's the bankers' debt to begin with that got the countries into debt. The bankers create the derivatives, have the countries sign on too big to fail, then say you're in debt to us, who they bailed out. The bankers give them more fiat money and then raise the taxes, bankrupting the economy more to consolidate the economy so the bankers can take over the real assets. Pretty simple. But it's so over the top. How do you deal with it? How many years did we tell you, and our guests tell you, Robert Chapman, countless others, that it would go Ireland, Greece, Spain, on right through Europe, right through Asia, and right to the U.S. It's a global depression to consolidate wealth. We have all their own documents. Here's another one. IMF report to show Spanish banks need $40 billion in aid just to begin with. Again, to bail out the banks they already bailed out, but now they're indebted to the banks. That's how the scam works. Yeah, 40 billion euros, about the same as a dollar. Now, continuing, here is the Detroit newspaper. City officials, Detroit will go broke in a week if consent deal lawsuit isn't withdrawn. And the globalists, the feds, are trying to bankrupt them over chicken feed, $35 million. They want to bulldoze 1/3 of the city. We paid $22 billion in taxpayer money to ship General Motors to China and Brazil. And then now, as the country implodes, private corporations are taking it over. Same thing now in Rhode Island, saying no more voting, no more city council in a big city in Rhode Island. You can look it up. We're now run by foreign banks. All right, continuing here with today's daily quote, speaking of how they get us into artificial debt to control us. This is by Plato. All the gold which is under or upon the earth is not enough to give in exchange for virtue. And that is certainly true. And one final point that I wanted to make, you know, maybe I was subconsciously remembering that Plato quote when I gave the quote that was picked up online years ago, that all the gold in the hills is worthless compared to good friends and family you can trust in a time of crisis. There was a better quote than that came off the top of my head, but you get the gist. All the gold in the hills is not as valuable as good friends and family you can trust, I think was the basic quote. You know what? I'll cover this on Monday. We now have an Ask Alex video we put out weekly at planetinfowars.com. And in that, I was asked about Obama and Law of the Sea Treaty and executive orders. And yes, indeed, he isn't going to sign an executive order. He signed one 2 years ago, basically saying the UN can take over all our waterways, including lakes and streams and rivers. And you can find that out, Executive Order 13,547. Just like he says we're under UN treaties to shut down power plants, even though Congress didn't pass it. So that's all at planetinfowars.com. Get organized. If you're disillusioned by the worship of Mitt Romney and being told you should be respectful of the Republican Party leadership and shut up, well, we're still fighting on at planetinfowars.com. Gerald Celente is coming up, but you saw our live streaming for 5 days at Bilderberg with the thousands that came out to protest over the 5 days, as much as 700 at one time, but over the 5 days, well over 2,000, 2,500, I would estimate. And you saw a lot of our low-res live streams here at PrisonPlanet.tv and also at Infowars.com. But here is some of the high-res stuff we shot that we just got downloaded off the tapes, interspersed with some of the archives of the live streams that Rob Jacobson put together today. So we're going to show you some of the highlights of Bilderberg 2012, the People's LRAD, and more. And then we're going to go right into our interview with Gerald Celente. Stay with us. This is a criminal gathering. You are on notice by the people of the United States to get the hell out of our country.
But we were able
All right, just keep your cameras at waist level, but keep rolling here.
All right.
Go ahead and pull up right over here.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hey, Richard, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How's it going?
Pretty good.
You are?
I'm Alex Johnson.
Nice to meet you, sir. How can I help you?
Well, we are guests at this hotel, and I just got into town, and they have told me that they were getting a room somewhere else.
Unfortunately, the hotel is having some renovations done, so we don't have any.
Oh.
We don't have any rooms for you, and I believe Mr. Stoles did tell you that. And being private property, the restaurant's not open today, and we don't have any rooms for you, so I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay, well, I'll go. Can I get my voucher for my room?
The room has been taken care of for the first night over at...
Okay, can I have a map for it, please?
Sure, no problem. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Can you please stop recording me?
Well, I mean, this is a public commons. This is semi-public commons.
Property.
Where are the signs we can't film? Because we'll leave if that's the case. But I need you to have me a courier deliver it over to my other place.
This is private property. I don't understand why you're filming me and why you're taking pictures of the hotel.
Well, we were guests that were booked here, and you told us we are leaving, sir.
You're not leaving.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to get you your map.
We will leave when you give us
hotel.
that, and we'll be out there bullhorning the Bilderberg group off your property the entire time. I won't be back on your property until 4 years later when you have it here again, if America still exists.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, will you say hi to David Rockefeller and Queen Beatrix for me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they're not coming back for the renovations?
There's your directions to the hotel. There's for your reservations for both rooms. So here you are.
That is very sweet of you.
Yes,
Can I shake your hand?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
These guys are the mafia. If you want to give me any intel later, once you see how evil they are, or if Hillary says don't look her in the eyes, you can always contact me, INFOWARS.com.
Okay.
Where the rest of your staff will be as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, because no one ever helps us till after they meet those monsters. Bye. Then we get everything, including all the paperwork. Say hi to the NSA operating illegally in all your rooms as well. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we've got way over 500 people. The Washington Post is reporting 24. So do you see 24 here? No. Hundreds here, hundreds there, hundreds down there. Well over 500 people. Most people I've talked to only can come through for one day. They've all got so many jobs. So we've had thousands the last 4 days come out here. I want to salute everybody that came out to address the real elite, the robber barons that have taken over our society. But more importantly, we have blown Bilderberg wide open. All over Europe, all over the United States, Canada, Latin America, Africa, Asia. There are thousands of articles now about Bilderberg. They have wanted to remain secret because they are the shadow government. They are the oligarchs that live off tax money and insider deals. They are the robber barons, and they are being defeated. This is a historic event, and I want to commend all those that are out here.
Uncovering of the Bilderberg pays off for all efforts you did for the past few years trying to uncover this secret lodge here.
Yes, there have been people like Jim Tucker for 35 years trying to expose it. Westbrook Pegler 50 plus years ago was the first. He didn't even know the name. Now we have moles inside. We're blowing them wide open. And the people are discovering there's a private corporate oligarch through banks, IMF, World Bank, carrying out fraud. It is so exciting what's happening. We are identifying the puppet masters instead of just the puppets. They hate this. They need their secrecy. They are extremely angry right now.
Yeah!
Awesome. You're the best. You're the best. I'm going to get our reinforcements. Get them. Bilderberg's down there. All right, let's go. Let's go.
You look better in person.
Thank you.
I mean, they have weapons.
The killer is around these guys. Zach anymore?
Yeah,
he can literally kill anybody.
Why do you think we're sitting here with cameras